So I'm anticipating that they're probably going to give us... So we're like located... Whoops, where am I? Basically located by the tower. We're like... I chose this on the airport. They had a flight school option. So say we're north of the tower. They're going to give us Alpha to Bravo 30 right. And we have information November. Bakersfield Ground Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. We have information November, ready to taxi from just north of the tower.
Bonanza 576 Bravo, Bakersfield Ground, runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
30 right, Alpha Bravo 576 Tango Bravo. Alright. I think that's off 2 hour right, right? Yeah. Cool. Ooh, lights just came on. I'll probably end up shutting them off though. Hopefully the sound volume's okay for you guys. Alright, cool. Let's just make sure. Let's go over to tower frequency. And let's see. So before takeoff, seatbelts, parking brake, radios check, blah blah blah. Run up's all done. We're gonna pretend it was done. It's all good. Everything's no problems. Go to our trim setting. And we're gonna put that right between the U and a 3. I find works pretty well in this airplane. A nice smooth liftoff. Flaps are up. Doors and windows locked. Flight controls free and clear. Instruments are set. Brakes released. Blah blah blah. Okay. Let's just change the time of day a little more. Bakersfield Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is at Bravo and 30 right, ready for departure.
That's 576 Tango Bravo, Bakersfield Tower, southeast departure approved, runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Southeast departure, clear for takeoff, 30 right, 576 Tango Bravo. to 70 knots. We're going to rotate. Positive rate. You're coming up. I usually actually wait until there's no more usable runway. But got a little trigger happy there. So off to the side here, off to the left side, we can see not so much that road right there, not this one, but this road. We're going to turn around and follow. This is Route 5 over here. Actually, I think this is Route 99 at this point, and Route 5 runs into it. Alright, so let's get the nose down a little bit. I'm going to get 25 squared going, so we're doing 25 inches under manifold pressure. And we'll do 2,500 RPMs. And we'll end up getting a, let's see, we're already above traffic pattern altitude. Just going to let it build up to about 107 knots as cruise climb in this airplane. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin that turn. And once we get stabilized, we'll have a quick look at the sectional chart. There's Bakersfield over there, the airport.
Number 6 Tango Bravo, contact departure.
Contact departure, 6 Tango Bravo.
Flight of 657, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35. Number 657, that's 126.35.
Alright, so this airport we just took off from. Bakersfield departure, Meadows 576 Tango Bravo, 3,500 for 5,500.
Number 57, around Bakersfield, Roger, radar contact.
Okay, so here we go. Bakersfield Airport. Lovely road flashing here. City of Bakersfield. And we got a river coming across here. Road goes straight out toward the mountains here. Now let's have a quick look at that sectional chart. We'll zoom in a little bit. Alright, can't zoom much in more than that. So just south of the airport, essentially, right in and around the congested area here, Route 99 heads southbound. And then there's actual non-towered version of Bakersfield Airport there. So, let's have a quick look out this way. And here's the road that we want to be following. So we're going to make a turn down that way.
Class 467, Las Vegas. Correction, Los Angeles Center. Class, correction, Brackett, altimeter 2984.
All right. This is kind of interesting. We took off out of Bakersfield Meadows Airport. It's called Meadows Airport. Everybody calls it Bakersfield. But then you have Bakersfield Airport, which actually is Bakersfield. Never took off or landed out of there, but there it is right there. Let's check our altitude. 5,300. Got some clouds out there on the distance. Conveniently, we're right about at 23 inches right now at 5,500. So, just gonna trim this out. Let it build up some speed. Let's go ahead and get down to 2,300 RPMs. Hey, Hoggy. I'll answer your question in just a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and lean this out a little bit. It is really hot out. Okay, that looks about right. Alright, let's switch over to the fullest tank. Start our timer. Okay, 20 minutes to go. Huggy, what's happening? Yeah, I just upgraded my whole setup, and I'm flying on a 4K monitor. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Alright, so we're still following Route 99 down here. And so Flight Planner. Basically what I did was I just used SkyVector. Pretty much just use SkyVector, and then I use my flightroute.com to put in all my information. So nothing sophisticated, I guess. How's the balance of the audio for you guys? At this area, I am getting between 63 and 66 frames per second. I'm running, let's see, what am I doing? I have extreme res, very high detail in airports, basically the maximum detail you can have on world distance detail. I'm not running extended SDF or DSFs, but I'm running max distance, max airport detail, extreme res. I have the amount of objects at the tons, which is like one step above default, I believe. Roads, maybe a step above default. Cars, not a lot of cars. And I'm running HDR, which I was never able to do before. This is ZL17. Hey JSnap, how's it going? Yeah, this is ZL17. So, excuse me. Looks pretty good for 17, right? Alright, so we're heading to the mountains. We're heading for the hills. And so we're coming down Route 99. This is Route 5. It's coming diagonally across. And if we look out the window here, it's kind of hard to see where that is initially when you first look. But LAX, Huggy, so that's what I did. I put the sim on pause, put it on short final, nighttime with lights. And I think I did that in the IXEG. And I sort of tuned it up so that I get at least 35 frames per second. So basically I'm getting around 35 frames per second in the short final LAX on twilight with all of the lights on and everything.
Number 6 Tango Contact lost sight of the center 125.27.
125.27, 576 Tango Bravo. So here's Route 5 coming in diagonally. And we're going to see it kind of just run right into 99. Or maybe it's 99 running into Route 5 since it's labeled Route 5 continuing on. 125.27, right? Alright. Los Angeles Center Delta, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, 5,500. I have a feeling I screwed up the frequency. That's what happens when I when I listen, and then I don't do it right away. Alright, let's switch back.
576 Tango Bravo, LA Center, Roger, Palmdale, altimeter 2995.
2995, 576 Tango Bravo. Alright. I just didn't wait long enough. Alright. Cool. We're a little bit high. So, the pathway we're going to take through the mountains is kind of cool. Normally you might do this in real life at a higher altitude. But it'll be fun. We can get away with it in the world of simulation. I have not done this route since I got my new machine. So while that is leveling back to 5,500, so basically we're coming up on the mountains here, and we're gonna kind of just cruise. We're gonna slalom through the hills. Basically, we'll identify this little lake here, another lake with an airport, Quail Lake Airport. Yeah, we're just gonna cut on through here. Huggy, I'm not sure how to answer that question. So basically what I'm doing is I'm running OBS directly onto off of the PC, and it's not going to any other machine or capture card or anything like that. It's just running right out onto you guys. I'm monitoring my chat on my iMac, which is off to the side. It's become my day-to-day computer. There is a low-altitude military route that runs right over here, and frequently when I've flown this flight, I typically see like some high-speed aircraft zipping back and forth. We might have passed it already. It's like right around here. If we look long enough, we'd see it. Yeah, I love the terrain. So that's called signal system, Huggy? I'll try to remember that for somebody else ever asked me that. There's some power lines going along here as well. And I wonder if that's accurate. Never actually used power lines as a reference. Yeah, there's the power lines. Very cool. So now I can actually look for Hey Greg, how's it going? Oh, okay. Single system. Alright. I'm a Windows noob, even though I use them at work. Papa Barry, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to use power lines now in my navigation. I didn't have those on when I was running my other machine. There's some really nice terrain in here. It should get a little bit bumpy when we're in here. Other things that happen sometimes when I fly through these mountains is some clouds suddenly kick in. Very good, Papa Barry. Very good, thanks. Just had a nice Sunday. Did a little flying earlier, and I'm doing a little stream today. Oh yeah, that's pretty close to the terrain, huh? Actually, this airplane does have a radio altimeter. Although, let's see, where are we? Yeah, it's a little bit active. Keep an eye on this. We will see it move. That mountain up there, I think it's like 8,000. iMac, I love my iMac. I got it brand new in 2011. Served me very well. It still continues to serve me well on my day-to-day use. But I just upgraded to a Windows machine for simming purposes. So, all right. So here we have this lake, and the road's going to turn to the right. Once again, so here's that little lake right there, and then you can see the road is going to turn to the right, and then it's going to hook to the left. It's going to swing around. Alright, so let's go ahead and yep, so we're going to go ahead and turn and follow that road. Oh, that's cool. Have you ever tried running the, there's like an, basically there's like a X-Plane version for iMac and iPhone, I guess, or tablet devices. I don't know if it's available for other stuff as well. I'm sure on a much more limited basis. Okay, then we're going to hang a left over here. Oh yeah, there's that radio altimeter. So we're about 1500, 1600 AGL. Huggy. Well, he did, Chevy did install Windows on boot camp. So he was running Windows on an Intel processor. Alright, let's get back to 5500 here. Okay, so here's the other body of water. And along this body of water, there is another airport. It's kind of hard to see, but that thin black line right there is the other airport. That's Quail Lake right there, Quail Lake Airport. And I guess that would make this Quail Lake. And we're going to continue following our road to that direction. There's another road coming over here, but we're not going that way. Oh wow, Jason. Yeah, I've never. So you didn't ask to cancel your IFR flight plan? I know when I know they had me squawk VFR once flight following is canceled. That's the only time I've ever actually seen that happen. Usually, let's say you're on flight following, they have you on a squawk code. Then once you report the airport in sight, excuse me. Then they say, all right, so VFR radar service is terminated, squawk via 1200, and frequency change approved. That's what they told me. All right, so we're still following our road, but that's unusual. I never seen it happen. Let's see. So we're coming along here. Let me just move this over. So we just passed this, and we're coming up on this lake here. Pyramid Lake. Oops, I don't want to do that. Kind of looks like these little fingers sticking out. Alright. See if we can see that.
Number 4657, contact LA Center 125.
And sure enough, if we look over here, you can see the sort of like it comes up here, comes over there. It's going to come around here. Hangar 52, what's going on, man? You're on vacation? Good for you. Are you away somewhere right now, or
4657, contact LA Center 125.27.
or are you actually just sort of off from work, chilling out?
4657, negative 125.27.
That's a nice high peak relative to our altitude. That is.
4657, let's try it again. 125.27. Up in Maine sailing. Nice. That's cool. A buddy of mine that I went to school with and graduated with from college is a park ranger. He actually made it to the regional airlines, and he did the CFI thing, went for the 4-year degree, everything, and always loved going up to Maine every summer. Did camping up there all the time, and loved it up there. His family has like a cabin up there, you know. And then he got married, had a kid, realized the schedule isn't for me, and he ended up becoming a park ranger. And it's cool because he still utilizes his pilot skills, because whenever they need something checked out from the air, they pay him to jump in a 172 or whatever airplane they use, and he'll go up and do aerial reconnaissance, and so he still gets to fly. He does it, you know, the way he likes to, basically. So, all right. I hope you're having a good vacation up there. it's good temperatures to be out in the water, that's for sure. There's no way you're going to get cold with how hot it's been. I don't know how hot it is up there lately, but... Alright, so we have another body of water over here. So, let's have a look at what that one is.
West, 4657, cancel VFR at this time.
So we passed our Pyramid Lake,
4657, roger.
and this is Castiac Lake, and you can see how it's sort of sandwiched in the higher terrain. You see how it's light green, lower altitude, and then tan is higher altitude, so it's sort of right in there. And sure enough, you see the surrounding high terrain, lower altitude, the lake's down there. Sounds good, man. Yeah, have a great vacation if I don't see you later. Ooh, there's some wind. Got some traffic straight ahead out here. Alright. There we go. Cool. So we are making good time. Doing about 145 knots. I'm guessing we have a decent tailwind. See how there's a dam over here? Right, so here's the lake. And this is actually a dam. I guess if it was a better 3D representation, you might even see like a vertical drop to it.
Tango Bravo contact, SimCoders approach 134.2, good day.
134.2, 576 Tango Bravo, good day. Alright, time to switch to fuel tanks. Alright, so we're going to keep following this road straight on down here, basically. Oops. Can you continue on down that way? Okay, let's reset this timer. And we better switch to fuel tanks while we're at it. Okay. Cool. SoCal approach, Meadows 576 Tango Bravo, 5,500.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, SoCal approach. Good evening, the Burbank altimeter 29er 89er.
29er 89er, 576 Tango Bravo. Yeah, this is cool. We're getting a bunch of different voices. Here are 3 different controllers and about basically over 4 different frequency changes. Okay. 2989. So here we are, following Route 5, and let's see, what do we have here? We have mountains coming down here, mountains coming down here. And this is, I believe, called Newhall Pass. Let's have a look, if I remember correctly. We're well within the white border of the TAC chart, so we might as well utilize that. Oh yeah, that's a nice amount of detail. So yeah, we're coming up excuse me,
26504 White
Newhall
Plains,
Pass right over here.
taxi by Alpha.
It is a recognized VFR visual waypoint with the flag there. And we're going to pass on these little reservoirs here. We're going to see those. So go ahead and check that out. Okay. So basically Newhall Pass is, well,
Number
it's passed through the
245
mountains.
Burbank Tower right in.
And here are the reservoirs. Let's get back to 5,500.
5425 Kilo Burbank Tower, thanks. And are right down runway 15.
This whole area is just so cool to look at.
Port Midfield. Runway 15.
Wow, look at all that traffic out there. I love the lighting effects with the 3D instruments. You can see the shadow of the needle on the face. That just looks so cool. Alright, so we have now in front of us, besides traffic, we have Whiteman. It's spelled Whiteman. I don't know if it's pronounced Whiteman or Whitman.
Number 576 Tango Bravo traffic, 12 o'clock northbound, altitude indicates 5,500.
Traffic in sight, 576 Tango Bravo. Okay. Van Nuys. If you ever seen the documentary film 1-6 Right,
American 211 contact.
definitely worth checking out.
135.4.
Look at that traffic. It's like diving. Nice. Look at a diving right turn he's doing there.
American 211 SoCal approach. Good evening, the Ontario altimeter 29990.
Anyway, so you got Whiteman, and you got Van Nuys, and then you got Burbank. And then LAX is out over here in this area. As you can see, I'm hand flying, so I'm a little bit moving around a little bit.
American 211
Alright,
contact
cool.
SoCal approach 132.37.
JSnap and Greg, I gave you guys some mod powers. I hope you guys don't mind. You can see how it's quite congested in this area. Very populated.
Cessna 2650.
Whole lot of roads.
Departure approved. Runway 12, clear for takeoff. American 211 SoCal approach. Good evening. Descend via the Seaview 2 arrival. Clear ILS. Runway 25 left approach.
Okay, here's Whiteman down here.
Salt 5844 heavy lumber ground. Good evening. Runway
Although I think
27.
my version of Whiteman might have two. Well, I haven't checked it lately since, but I might have two Whitemans installed on top of each other, which is probably sucking up some of my frame rate. We'll have to have a closer look as we go by. I think you'll see two towers. If John Fly was in this channel right now, he'd be drooling on this golf course. I don't know, maybe that's just one tower. Yep, yeah, just one tower. Alright, that's good. And then, Van Nuys, which
5.25 kilo Burbank Tower.
is kind of like behind the
runway
window
15,
beam right now.
Land wind 140 at 6.
Over there. And then we have Burbank. It's one of my favorite airports to fly in and out of.
Runway 27 taxi via
The terrain surrounding it is beautiful. The Van Nuys departure is a lot of fun in a turbojet. Oh, really, Greg? Yeah. Yeah, I had two towers for a while. It might have been, I don't know what I did, either if it was when I switched over to 10.45 instead of 10.36, or maybe I messed with the scenery. I can't remember. So yeah, Van Nuys is definitely a cool airport. Between a complicated departure procedure and just flying into and out of it with all the terrain surrounding it, it's really cool. This current version is made by Iced 8383, which is up on the org. Okay, let's see how our altitude is doing. Oh, we're a little high. Whoa. Little middle marker action there. Alright, cool. So,
211, roger.
we have this road coming down here. River. And we're going to end up going out that way. Let's have a look at what we're actually following. So we're just passing Burbank right now. I originally mapped us following this route down here. Route 5 is coming over here. This is the river, this blue line. Alright. And then we got Route 10 out here. However, I'm going to begin a turn. Otherwise, we're going to end up in Bravo airspace. So let's go ahead and make that turn. Whoops.
American 211, contact SoCal approach 124.9.
Oh, shit. Engine 1 is failing because oil is not lubricating cylinders, so this thing is dead. Alright. SoCal President 57610 Bravo is declaring an emergency. We lost engine power and would like to divert to Burbank.
Sir, is that November 576 Tango Bravo?
Yeah, 576 Tango Bravo. We've lost engine power. We have no useful engine, and we're going to divert to Burbank.
November 576 Tango Bravo, roger. American 211, SoCal approach, good evening, LA altimeter 2990.
Their tower is 118.7.
576 Tango Bravo. Number 576 Tango Bravo, contact Burbank Tower 118.7.
118.7, 576 Tango Bravo.
Number 5425 Kilo tax to the ramp via Bravo, this frequency is Cessna 265, sir. Unfortunately, transponder on the weather's request.
Berwick Tower, but it's 576 Tango Bravo 2800. We are currently lined up with runway 130, whatever that is.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, you're with Van Nuys Tower. Contact Burbank Tower 118.7.
118.7, 576 Tango Bravo. Berwick Tower, but it's 576 Tango Bravo. We're currently lined up with runway 30, whatever that is. We have no engine power, and we'd like to land.
576 Tango Bravo, Burbank Tower. Good evening. Trucks rolling. Make straight at runway 33. Runway 33, clear to land. Wind 140 at 6.
Clear to land straight in, and 140 at 6. Thank you. Alright, we have this made.
2650. Standby. Salt 50.
I'm not going to put the gear down until I definitely have the runway made.
Leave for takeoff 27. Salt 50 at vertical hit. Cessna 2650.
The gear definitely kills a lot of speed on this airplane. I think we can afford to put one notch of flaps in.
Cessna 2650.
We're not going to go any more than that.
Squawk 4156.
Lindbergh Tower, Geronimo 727, Horn Intro 27, Bravo, ready for departure.
114 feet per minute. That's not too bad. Let's get off the runway, see if we can save them some space.
Lindbergh Tower, Geronimo 727, Horn Intro 27 at Bravo, ready for departure.
I should have just kept going straight, but I wanted to clear the runway for them.
727 Lindbergh Tower, good evening, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 27 for Geronimo 727.
That was fucked
Cessna
up.
26504 SoCal approach, radar contact, and in the future there, just make sure you check in with me.
I should have just kept rolling down and then pulled off to the side. Well, actually, in reality, just stay on the runway until you stop and then get the hell out of the airplane. But, you know, I was being nice. I was being courteous. Berwick Tower, 576 Tango Bravo, we're clear of the runway. Alright.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, roger, you got it down in one piece.
Thank you. Alright, who we have here? This must be a friendly PilotEdge buddy over here. So, what we're going to do is, I still want to continue the flight. So, we're going to ask these guys to fix our airplane within about 30 seconds. But before we do that, let's go ahead and watch a replay of that. That was pretty cool. So, thanks, Greg. Yeah, this turned out a little bit better than my landing. Almost made it that time over at...
Disconnected.
I had an engine failure because I mismanaged my fuel. Well, let's read what this says. Okay. Engine 1 was failing because oil is not lubricating the cylinders. Tip: check the oil pressure while operating the engine. So we'll see. Maybe the gauges during the replay will show the oil pressure. I'm not sure if it was saved during the replay, so we'll check that out. And then I am curious. Well, let's just go ahead and watch the replay before we start screwing with all that stuff. Okay. Anyway, so that was pretty crazy, huh? Thanks, Wayne. And Whiskey, thanks for the reminder there, by the way. I read your comment and I feathered it. Where the hell are we? I'm kind of just rewinding us back over the airport. I'll just zoom in. I'll fast forward through it, by the way. Don't worry. Oh, there we go. The engine sounded normal there. Okay, let's zoom on in. Where are we? Yeah, actually, I think I had failed it already at this point. So we were in a descent. Whenever you zoom in on aircraft from a great distance, well, at least for me, you always get this weird sort of artifacts going on. So... it's like see-through. But this will actually clear up as we go. Yeah, it's true. Definitely gonna. I just need a new engine overhaul. But at least we get to live to pay the bill, right? Yeah, thanks, Whiskey. So just because we're zoomed in, it should start to sort of clear up as we get closer to our vantage point. Let's see if we can see some. How far out are we actually? We were pretty far out. I didn't realize that we swung out so far. I didn't want to let myself go that far, that high, but we had enough energy to make the runway, so obviously it worked out. One of the things I like to do on replays is like when you leave a little bit of the ground in there. Oh, here come the gear. Hear the wind noise coming. There was my notch of flaps. Yeah, I should have just kept going straight. Alright. I guess we'll have to add some more new tires to that repair bill. Alright, so the engine was running at this point. Oil temperature, oil pressure was just right there. I felt like I had hit a button at one point, but why would that cause an engine failure, like an oil pressure problem? At least the gauges are working for this replay. Let's see. Oil temperature was fine. Oil pressure does look low, right? I think that was really it. It was like, it was still registering, but it was just low. Yeah, you see the green arc there? Hold on. I wonder how long it was like this for. So it's below the red. Fuel flow lever. Well, right now it's fully leaned. But you see, there must be, this must not be reacting to, yeah, it's reacting, it's not saved in the replay. So it doesn't matter. In other words, it's not giving me an accurate indication of what it was during the flight. I don't think I was too lean. I leaned it out and then went on the rich side of peak by about 100 degrees as per the manual. So one thing I remember to do is make sure I was at over 105 knots. I should have gone for 105. And there was Van Nuys right there. Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let me look at that. Well, it wasn't shut off. It wasn't off. Tower view. Which we kind of saw before anyway, but whiskey, I'm going to do that. Okay. Alright, let's check that oil quantity. So we'll go here. Here's my fried engine. Oil, time before oil change, 39 hours. Filter change, 84 hours. Pump status was okay. Quantity 1.62, minimum 2.0. There it was. So basically, yeah, that was it. Not enough oil. I had that happen to me one other time too. So thanks, whiskey. I would have made the news and been like, yeah, great job, and then the FAA would have been like, you're an idiot. You didn't have enough oil. All right, let's overhaul that. There we go. Let's refill our oil. There we go. So that is one thing. I'm on. This is 2.3. They're up to like 2.4 or something like that. 2.4 something, maybe even 2.5 as far as the Reality Expansion Pack. But you got to be careful that you make sure that you check your oil quantity before every flight, like you should, because if you get too low, you will end up like me. So let's just make sure everything is good. Let's recharge our battery. Make sure everything's good here, and we're looking good here, right? And I think everything's good, right? We did that. I also sort of like freshen up everything. I think we're good there. We'll come over to aircraft failures. Reset all systems operational. Alright. Let's see if we can still make it to thermal. Alright, this is supposed to be off before we start the engine. So that got interesting. You're enjoying the lovely scenery. And then we enjoyed the lovely scenery with no engine. Let's see if the engine starts now. Brake on. Alright, that was the fastest overhaul ever. Excuse me. Whiskey, yeah, we'll definitely be putting that on the YouTube channel for sure. I'll put a full table of contents in there and everything as far as hyperlink times. Alright, let's get this airplane over. We'll move it over into the ramp area a little bit better, and then we'll call in. Wow. So we're over by Millionaire. Just gonna like park us over here. Alright. Oil price is looking good. Very good. And it's still warming up. Let's go ahead and get nah, come on. Alright. So what we're essentially now doing is we are just going to switch this to excuse me, KBUR Bob Hope. And we'll just refile the flight plan. Let's put in, why did this go to IFR? I want VFR. 5500. And we'll hit PilotEdge. And looking good. And we're gonna get out of there. And let's go ahead and just listen to the weather.
Wind 140 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 1,000. Temperature 27. 2.18. Altimeter 2989er. Visual approach runway 8, in use. 4 stacks visual approach runway 15 in use. Departing runway 15. 8. Read back all runway assignments.
I guess we're going to get runway 15.
Land and hold short operations in effect. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Advise on initial contact you have Romeo. Burbank Airport information Romeo. 0353 Zulu. Wind 140 at 6.
Okay. Alright, let's go, let's pull up. Bob Hope. New tab. Full screen. Clearance delivery 118.0. Sorry for the diversion, everybody. Okay. Oh, we gotta reconnect to PilotEdge. That might help. Oops. Oops again. Yeah, crap. So I have this really weird thing. I gotta like see if there's an update for the driver. If my frame rate gets below the refresh rate of the monitor, then
Connected to PilotEdge.
the menuing gets really weird. I don't know why that is.
Whiteman Ground Cessna 26504, transit parking, ready to taxi with information kilo.
Cessna 26504, Whiteman Ground, runway 12, taxi via Alpha.
Cessna 26504, taxi via Alpha to runway 12.
Burbank clearance Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo with a fresh engine. Would like to pick up flight following to thermal.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, roger, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 4247.
One 134.2 squawk 4247 576 Tango Bravo.
576 Tango Bravo, read that correct.
Okay. Okay, we'll put that there. We'll put. Let me see if she will do this.
Time plate 1776, go ahead. I do not have it directly in front of me. I can get it pretty quick though. Yep, certainly stand by. Number 26504, say direction of flight.
Ah, shit. Sorry, guys. Like spazzing out here on the controls.
Salt 5844 SoCal approach, good evening. Flight present heading, descend and maintain 5,000. So be vectors for the visual approach, runway 25 left.
Ground 123.9er. I'm going to double check that over here. 123.9er. Okay. What was that information again? That was information Romeo. Alright. Burbank Grand Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo by Millionaire Ramp with information Romeo requesting taxi instructions.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, Burbank Ground, runway 15, taxi via Bravo.
15 via Bravo 576 Tango Bravo.
Salt 5844, turn right, heading.
So
07.
via Bravo is right here.
Contact SoCal.
We're Millionaire Ramp, which is like right in this area. We're just going to come out on Bravo 15, rock and roll. All right. So, everybody had a little pee break at Burbank, or everybody changed their pants at Burbank after that.
Cessna 26504, roger. In the future, if you could give your direction of flight to the ground controller in your initial check-in, it would save us a lot of time.
There's our
Downwind
VTAL
departure
cousin right
approved,
there.
Runway 12, clear for takeoff.
Cessna 26504, sorry about that. I will do that next time.
Salt 5840 for SoCal approach. Good evening. Fly heading 100. That's a vector for the descent.
It's like the best hobby ever. Well, if you like flying. Alright, we're gonna make it in
Right,
before
flight
PilotEdge closes, no
1776.
problem. Okay, everything's looking good. Temperature's looking good. Oh, yeah. Switch over to tower. You know what? I don't think I squawked. Shit. Glad I caught that. 4247.
Salt 5844, turn right heading 280. Sorry, left 280. Salt 5844, left turn heading 280.
Alright, there we go. Squawkarooski, correct. Okay, let's get our... Alright, trying this again.
Yeah, flight 1776, that's correct. It's 6600, then direct thermal on that radial.
Burbank Tower, but it's 576 Tango Bravo, runway 15 at Bravo. Ready for departure.
Yeah, flight 1776, you had it right. It's cross thermal at 6600, not wait to 6600 and head to thermal. Salt 5844, continue the turn heading 250. When you roll out of the turn, the Los Angeles airport will be 12 o'clock, 17 miles. Salt 5844 heavy, you can descend and maintain 3000. We're 576 Tango Bravo, left crosswind departure approved, runway 15 clear for takeoff, wind 140 at 6.
Crosswind departure approved. Runway 15 departure. 576 Tango Bravo. That was a half-assed readback. All right. Every once in a while, I feel like I sound like I know what I'm talking about on the frequencies, and then I don't.
Salt 5840, it's runway 25 left. And flight 1776, contact LA Center 128.6.
Steve, what's up, man? How are ya? You missed some interesting action just a little while ago. Good to see you, buddy. Alright, positive rate, gears up. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just having some fun flying. Get a little stream action in going, you know? Okay, we're over 500 feet AGL. We're going to pull this back to 25 inches. 2,500 RPMs. Left crosswind
576
departure
Bravo.
approved.
Moving to our radar contact SoCal approach.
Contact so-called approach 576 Tango Bravo. Yeah, for sure. It was about an hour or a little over into the flight. Basically, it was as I was crossing Burbank. Departed out of Bakersfield
76, go ahead.
and crossing Burbank, and then all of a sudden the action
problem at all.
happened. SoCal approach minutes 576 Tango Bravo 2001 over 5,500.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, SoCal departure. Good evening, maintain VFR.
maintain VFR 576 Tango Bravo. Alright. Yeah, I had an engine failure, so it's pretty crazy. But we
5844 heavy, great, clear visual approach, runway 25 left.
things worked out pretty well considering. You off today, Steve?
5844 heavy contact LA tower 120.95 today.
Alright, so we're getting back over to about 107 knots for the climb.
And 886 heavy turn right heading tree 00 to center maintain 2000.
There's Los Angeles.
Salt 58.
Good for you, man.
Heavy LA tower, wind 240 at 6, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Ah, fantastic. Nice. It's like a little mini vacation. We have that many days off in a row.
And flight 1776, Imperial County, altimeter 297 tree.
Temperature's still okay. Oil pressure's still there. That's a good thing. Oil temperature's fine. So we're going to stay south of these mountains here.
886.
We'll end up picking up
right
Route 10.
40.
I was talking before the engine failure, the diversion, about how I wanted to avoid the Bravo airspace. Even though we're on flight following, we were not permitted to enter the Bravo. The requirements are actually getting an explicit clearance into the Bravo. So,
And 886.
or as long as you stay like close to these mountains,
Going to runway 7, look left.
north of Route 10, you have no problem avoiding the Bravo. We'll look at the chart in just a minute. Ah, that sucks, Steve. Yeah, I saw you long hauling on the on your stream. Did that one make it to Atlanta, or did that also end up with a sim crash?
886, turn right heading 100, rejoin runway 7.
Alright, we're approaching our cruise altitude.
And at 886, 6 miles from Naps, maintain 2000 till established on the local adequate ILS runway 7 approach.
We have a stadium down here, and that's on the sectional chart. I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, we're exceeding 5,500, so let's just go ahead and get that back down. Oh, It's very interesting how right around the area of Ontario, it's very common I seem to get a drop in visibility. Maybe this is just the smoggy area of Los Angeles? Don't know. I guess it would make sense. I mean, if the winds are always off the water, it would blow the smog to the east of the city. Jonathan Cordova, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Hope you're having a good evening. I'm not used to these roads with actual X-plane roads, so I kind of have to get used to them again. Alright, so here's this other racetrack right here. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and, make sure. Alright, it's about peaked out right there. That's peak. So we're going to richen it about 100 degrees on the rich side of peak. Okay.
135.4 today.
135.4, 576 Tango Bravo. Oh, cool, John.
86 contact Santa Barbara Tower, 190.7 today. It is Santa Barbara Tower, 1230 at 4, runway 7, clear to land. Come on.
All right. Let's get back down to 5,500. Yeah, it's looking good, right? Oh, cool. SoCal approach, minutes 576, taking about 5,900, returning to 5,500.
576 Bravo SoCal approach, right around Ontario, altimeter 29902.
29902, 576 Tango Bravo.
And flight 1776 is traffic to your right side, about your 2 o'clock, 4 miles southwest eastbound, 11,600 type of known. American and flight 1776, Roger, maintain 12000, contact SoCal approach 119.6.
SVH, where is that, Steve? I love these mountains right here, north of Ontario. It's kind of hazy now. Maybe the visibility will improve a little bit, but... So I think it's like Route 210. Oh, we already passed that racetrack I was talking about. So, let's go back and check it out.
86 parking, remain this frequency. You have a nice day.
Alright, so we were looking... Let's see. So we made it out of Burbank finally, and this here, Rose Bowl, right? So this oval shape. You would think to look for a racetrack, and there's been a few times where I was like, "Where's the damn racetrack?" And then I saw it said Rose Bowl, and then you could see it was a stadium, so that makes sense.
Geronimo 727 Oakland Center, Roger, descend via the surfer.
And then the other one, the bigger one that we passed, was Santa Anita Racetrack.
Toronto 727, Roger.
Got some traffic straight out in front of us.
Flight level 200.
Let me just sort of adjust my power here.
And flight 1776, fly heading 190 vectors to Lindbergh and descend to maintain.
Someone's going to Lindbergh. Steve, you love going to Lindbergh, buddy.
Roger. Or 26504.
Okay.
Say request.
Oh, here we go. Nice visibility. Yeah, look at those mountains. Those mountains look so cool.
Or 26504, squawk tree 530.
Yeah, Whiskey. Now that's where they actually play the Rose Bowl, I guess, right? It's one of the bowl games that are very popular.
Flight 1776, that's affirmative. Contact.
If I have that correctly.
124.35.
See this body of water and a couple of runways over here? And we have this roadway here. We have a roadway going diagonally down here. So if we spot that on our chart, we pass the Santa Anita racetrack. And we have these two runways, Brackett, the body of water right near Brackett. We have Route 10 going to the north. Okay. Route 210 rather. So there it is. That's Brackett right over here. And we're going to follow Route 210.
Radar contact 14 miles southeast of the Gorman VOR. Contact LA Center.
Let me go ahead and switch my fuel tanks, which I should have done as I leveled off. So I'm going to start my time. And switch my fuel tank.
And Flight 1776, SoCal approach, roger, descend and maintain 7,000.
There we go. There's Brackett. Water.
And Flight 1776, expect visual approach runway 27.
Route 210. I think Cable Airport is right up in this area. Cable Airport and X-Plane is really cool. It's a nice little airport.
Or 26504.
It's non-towered.
Palmdale, altimeter 29998.
It has some nice detail in it. I can't remember if I had downloaded that airport or if it was already like as a part of the scenery gateway. But it's a pretty cool airport. It's got some old school hangars in it. So you can tell somebody put some work into it. Alright, so temperature's looking good. Usually when you level off, they call for closing the cowl flaps. But look at the outside air temperature. Well, actually it's not too bad. It's 20 degrees Celsius. 20 degrees Celsius, okay. Our temperature's holding pretty steady. Here's Ontario. So we have the road that kind of comes back up and then straight across, and I believe that's Cable Airport.
Like 1770.
Oh, no kidding, Steve.
Maintain 5,000.
What were you doing out there? Did you live there, or were you spending some time out there? So you see how we have Route 210? It says 210 over here. And then the road goes up and straight again. And here's Cable right there. So here's the road going up and straight over. Ah, okay, military, nice. There's Cable Airport down there.
Geronimo 727, contact NorCal approach 127.15 today.
Ooh, we lost our visibility again. Just by coincidence that we went outside when it happened. Let's see if we can still enjoy the view of the mountains. There's Cable. Not as nice as it was before, but
Flight 1776, turn right, heading 240.
Ah, okay,
Toronto
Steve. That explains why you like to
south
fly in there.
Brackett. Geronimo 727 cross, Boulder at maintain 10,000 at 2509.
I'm assuming that's why.
San Francisco, altimeter 29901. Now flight 1776 at Lindbergh Airport is going to be off to your 1 o'clock, 12 to 1 o'clock, about 15 miles a quarter in sight.
All right. Heading back over to 210.
And flight
We're a little bit
1776
south
runway, runway
of
27.
210 right now, which could put us into Ontario's airspace. However, Ontario's airspace is at 5,000. Their class Charlie is at 5,000. We're up at 5,500, so we're okay. I mean, technically speaking, we do have flight following, and we are under 2A communications, so that is adequate for us to technically go in their airspace. But I'd rather not.
Flight 1776 routed, send and maintain 3,800.
If you guys ever get the chance, shoot the full approach out of Paradise, ILS, into Ontario International. A 25 left. I don't know if it's the same procedure for 25 right, but or it's 26. Maybe it's 26s they have there. It's just a cool, very fast-moving approach with all the turns and switching I do, especially in an airliner. But when you shoot the full approach out of there, it's quite challenging. A lot of frequency switching, radio tuning, knob turning, all very quickly. And when you get and a lot of descending turning, a lot of step downs. So when you get a chance to do it smoothly, it's very rewarding. Okay, temperature's looking good. Oil pressure's good. Yeah, Steve, you've seen me shoot that approach a few times, right?
Official approach runway 27. Contact Lindbergh Tower 118.3. Good day.
Yeah, for sure. I did it in the 733, the IXEG as well, a couple of times with the autopilot off. It's more fun that way.
26504, Roger, radio services, terminate squawk, maintain VFR frequency.
Or rather,
have a nice night.
I think I had the autopilot on, but I didn't use the FMS.
And flight 1776, Lindbergh Tower, 1 variable at tree, runway 27, clear to land.
But even working the autopilot, I mean, you're actually better off hand flying it at that point. Oh, Steve, it's great. I love it. Yeah, you'll like it a lot. If you like the 757 and the 737, it's like, you know, kind of like a combo of both. Alright, so we're coming up on an airport under our nose. Here's a golf course for John Fly. So there's an airport over there. It's pretty decent size. Yeah, that does look like a nice airplane. Very nice work on it, especially considering it's freeware. But this airport is closed. So that airport is this. And then we're going to come up on San Bernardino area. And we're going to basically turn and follow 210 and up on Route 10. And then maybe the visibility will get better again. So here's a closed airport. It's not quite lining up well with the photo. Or maybe the other way around. Built up a little speed in our accidental descent here. Yeah, very cool. Alright, so visibility sucks. But that's okay. Because we have the river coming out here. Forgot what this is. 215 maybe? Coming down across our nose. San Bernardino should be right out in here.
1776 Charlie, the parking, remain this frequency. Have a nice night.
Either way, we're above their airspace. So we have this road over here. Okay. So basically we have that riverbed coming down this way. Then we have the road coming diagonally and then straight down, which is what we're seeing out in front of us now. And then we should see the airport probably by the time I come back into view here. Oh, hey, we got our visibility back. So here's the road going straight down. Here's San Bernardino. What a difference 10 seconds makes. We're going to just fly right over the airport since we're high enough. And it looks awesome. Ah, Steve, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That's so awesome. You and Flight SATEC know all the roads here. Let's get back to 5500. Clearly see the tower down there. Okay, so this is Route 10 coming down here, snaking its way through there. So we're going to follow that. If you've been into X-Plane long enough, the default airport to X-Plane used to be San Bernardino. Used to start you off on runway 6 facing into the San Bernardino Mountains, which is just a really cool view. Yeah, for sure. Both him and Josh. Well, yeah, Tyler knows the roads inside and out. Josh could probably give you like a flying story for every point over Southern California. It's always interesting to hear him talk about it. Oh, got traffic straight out in front of us. Sorry, Steve, I don't have any night bot going. Although I can do just as well. Here you go. Ready? Okay. So we just crossed San Bernardino. You're getting a narrated route as opposed to a text-driven route. And here's Route 10. Whoops, didn't want to do that. And we're going to follow Route 10. Take just south of 10 so we can see at our left window, pass through Banning. And then we'll continue through Banning Pass, enjoy some mountains, and be pretty close to Jackie Cochran by that point. I call this Banana Lake because it looks like a banana, especially when you look at it from more above. There was no name.
Normal 727 at 1 o'clock and 2 miles southeast bound 9,600 type of note.
There was no name on the sectional chart. Although, you know, speaking of knowledgeable, I was like, yeah, I call that Banana Lake, and Tyler's like, oh yeah, that's called, and he had the name for it right immediately. He knew the name of it. I have no idea what it's called. Alright, so Route 10 off to our left.
27 contact northbound approach 133.95.
Now, the sectional chart doesn't always give you names of roads, but if we do this, wait, hold on. Let's go over here.
Victor Zulu Bravo, John Wayne
Oops.
ground, aircraft type.
Okay.
Victor Zulu Bravo, roger, turn your transponder
So if
on.
you do this, you go to PilotEdge map.
Strike off Victor Zulu Bravo, key runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi at Alpha Hotel, Charlie. Kilo.
You zoom in. This map is actually very detailed, and you can usually get like the names of the roads. So this is San Timodio Canyon Road coming down here, and Route 210 looks like Christopher Columbus Transcontinental Highway. So, and of course I'm mangling the pronunciation. But anyway, if you guys didn't know that, you can really zoom in and get the names of all of these roads if you want. Just a little FYI. All right, let's not fly into a hillside while talking about it. Like El Senor, That's right. Were you there that day? I was like, Lake El Senor, El Senor.
Departure, Seal Beach transition, direct. Climb VA6 maintain 8,000.
I think even Marcus was like, I said it over the airway or something like that. He's like, did you mean Lake El? And he said it right. El Zenor? Is that how you say it?
And flight 1776, read that correct.
Look at the color out here. It's so cool. And of course, one of my favorite mountains in the SoCal area, scenery, is right there. Got a fair amount of traffic over the Banning area. Oh, no kidding, Whiskey. So when you're in a boat on that lake, does it feel like it's much bigger than from the air? I would imagine so, right?
And flight 1776, Lindbergh, ground runway 27, taxi via Charlotte. Ground runway 727 to center main 4,000.
Alright, let's see. Who else do we have in chat with us? Channing, how's it going? Huggy, we spoke to earlier. Michael, 4U2. S1019. Wait. 1919. It's hard to say words when there's no vowels in them.
727 heading 350, vector spinal approach.
But,
contact
welcome.
NorCal approach
SF
135.65.
SS 1919. Guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. Wait, so this mountain is referred to as Magic Mountain right here? That is a serious mountain, let me tell you. Here's some traffic right over there.
727 NorCal approach, roger.
Nice. There's Banning straight ahead.
Or 576 San Bernardino, contact SoCal approach 126.7, good day.
126.7, 576 Tango Bravo. That guy was seriously climbing. 126.7. Let's not forget that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. There's an amusement park listed over there on the sectional chart. Okay, let's get 126.7 in here. SoCal approach 576 Tango Bravo, 5,500.
Ground 727, you stop the field in sight.
Oh, that's cool.
Ground 727, thank you, clear official approach runway 28 left. In contact Cisco Tower 120.5, good day.
Okay, I gotta switch that fuel tank again. How's our fuel looking? Good. Alright.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, SoCal approach, roger, Palm Springs, altimeter 2981. Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, John Wayne Tower, left close traffic approved. Report Fayetteville each pass, number 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Okay, we got 2981.
Number 57.
2981, 576 Tango Bravo.
Tower, runway 27, clear takeoff.
Oops, I probably stepped on somebody.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, for your information, Palm Springs is landing southeast.
Roger. Thank you very much. 576 Tango Bravo. Alright, so if they're landing southeast, then it could be that the thermal is doing the same.
727 San Francisco Tower, wind 27014.
Let's see what's going on.
Clear land.
So there's no weather available for us, I don't think. Let's have a look. Okay, let's come back over here. And we got to come out of this view. So there is an ASOS 118.325, but I don't think it actually works in X-Plane. Let's just check it anyway. What was it? 118.325.
Jacqueline Cochran.
Oh, nice.
GNL information, Juliet. 100 Zulu weather.
Yeah, look at that. Winds 130.
Visibility.
Gustin is 16. 2972.
35. Dew point 19.
I'm going to put that in there now.
Wind 130 at 7, gust 16. Altimeter 2972. Arriving and departing runway 30.
Runway 30. I guess because it's less than 10 knots. Well, there's a gust factor, though. All right. Well, we're going to take the runway that favors the winds, make it a little bit different. So, let's go ahead. There's no airport diagram for this airport, but that's okay. We will But there is sort of an airport diagram, and that is
1776 contact.
right over here. So Windsor 170. So we're going to use runway 17. And the frequency is, we just saw it in a sectional chart, but I might as well pull it up here, 123.0.
And flight 1776, okay, departure radar contact.
Oh, wind's just sort of kicked in a little bit. Ah, Steve, you're cutting out, buddy. All right, man. Great seeing you. And glad you had a good weekend, man. We'll talk to you soon. Looking forward to doing some flying together soon.
576 Tango Bravo, contact Palm Springs Tower, 119.7 today.
Oh, Roger. Actually, we're going to head over to Thermal for 576 Tango Bravo. Should we still go to Tower in Palm Springs?
No, 6 Tango Bravo, yeah, you can disregard that. Sorry about that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was for the Tersa there.
No, 6 Tango Bravo negative. You can disregard.
All right, Roger. Disregard 576 Tango Bravo. All right, so
Check off at Zulu Bravo, runway 20 left, clear for the option.
it's up to you guys. If you guys want me to land at Palm Springs instead of Thermal, I'll do either one. I'll leave it up to Whiskey and Steve if he's still here, and whoever else wants to chime in. Alright, so Thermal's out over here. Here's here we have the lights for Bermuda Dunes. Here, Whiskey. Alright, cool. We'll take it to Thermal. Bermuda Dunes, you can see the lights already. This is one of the reasons why, when I fly VFR, one of the reasons why I usually fly during the daylight. I love sunset flying, but at the same time I like having the lights off because it makes it harder to find the airport. So now you can't really see it anymore. Alright, so it's 123.0. So let's go ahead and put that in. Get that ready. That's the Common Traffic Advisory frequency. Okay, so we have that. Whoops, we're drifting over toward Palm Springs. We're technically above their airspace, which is at about 3,000. But we'll just get away from there anyway. So, this airport is one of Greg's GPB 500. I don't know if he's still with us. He was in here earlier. This is one of his airports. Fantastic model. It's available up on the org. Free download, free use. Of course, we're always saying, hey, if you like what you're doing there, definitely throw him a donation, and which would get you more airports that he doesn't have released, as well as all of the latest versions. So like the version he has out now is really, really good. But this is a more updated version with more detail on it. The latest runway textures from real life. And then his Bermuda Dunes, which is right out in front of us, is also his. That is KU Delta Delta Uniform Delta Delta. Yeah, he sure does, right? And then of course there's Thermal up ahead, and Thermal. You can see how like the ortho really blends in nicely. He's G2 XPL friendly, ortho friendly stuff, so it really blends in very nicely to the photo scenery.
727.
But that is actually a high res ortho, so when you get down low to that, it'll still look sharp. Same thing with the Bermuda Dunes. Bermuda Dunes, from my scenery, is actually a little bit different as far as the ortho goes. And then thermal was a tough one to get actual matching, or like a sharp ortho, so he actually got rid of it altogether. But which is kind of cool because the airport then really blends in with the scenery and it's hard to find. So let's see, what's my power setting here? There we go, that's why we're descending. It's a little bit low on the power. Let's do a little flyby. Oh yeah, look at those mountains, huh? Whiskey, what kind of airplanes do you like to fly?
I'm flight 1776, fortunately, since you're on the tech route, I have to keep you at 8,000.
Got some traffic down at Bermuda Dunes right now. I can actually see one of the runways at thermal right now over there. Alright, so it's 123.0. And we're going to land runway 17. So,
runway 0 left, click the option.
Runway 17, we could look it up on that page. But if we look at Cochrane Regional Thermal, none of the runways are right patterned. So it's going to be left patterned. Yeah, I hear you, Whiskey. Yeah, I enjoy both, but I totally agree with you. You know, it's just a different kind of flying. You get to enjoy the scenery differently, for sure. Oh, nice. Does Coronado or Albio, do they make that airplane? Because that's pretty much who they've been converting as those airplanes. There's Bermuda Dunes. Alright, we're going to start down. I'm going to overfly the airport and then turn around just so we can enjoy the view. Yeah. It's like a twin engine, right? It's a twin engine, but it's sort of like inline. A pusher and a pull. Interesting design. Yeah, cool. So then you probably have a shot of having that made. I don't know if you put in a request. If I understand correctly, I think they were doing the Baron BE-58. I think that was next after the V-tail. Alright, so they're 115 feet below sea level, and traffic pattern altitude here is TPA 885. So we'll cross the field. Let's just make it a nice 1500 MSL. Yeah, we're getting a little bumpy. Here's that gusty wind. I'm going to pull this back to about 14 inches of manifold pressure. Look at the lighting effect showing that 3D needle right there. It looks so cool. I wasn't flying with 3D shadows on the aircraft for the longest time because I couldn't handle the frame rate.
576 Tango Bravo is traffic 12 o'clock and 5 miles, same direction, 3000 type unknown. Otherwise, there's no traffic, correction, no aircraft in the city of Thermal Airport. Radar services terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Roger, Squawk 1200, frequency change approved, and thanks for the help tonight to 576 Tango Bravo.
Flight 1776, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Alright, let's get that 1200 in there. This is always challenging to get 1200 dialed in sometimes when it gets really bumpy.
Go back to Zulu Bravo, runway 20 left, clear for the option.
Okay.
Roger. Flight 1776, SoCal approach down 1 altimeter 29991.
Whiskey, so far so good. I haven't had real serious cloud layers yet. But yeah, it's a brand new machine. Oh, look, here's some military aircraft buzzing along in formation. So look how nicely this whole thing blends in with the surrounding scenery. Oh yeah, we're getting bounced around nice. Yeah, I posted the I'm using X-Plane. I'm using the HD Clouds version 2, which I like a lot. I just put in that shader file that's supposed to make them more solid, but I haven't experienced any serious clouds with that file in there, so. Oh yeah, we're getting bounced around a lot. You can pull your 6-sack out from the storage compartment if needed. Just remember, if you barf in the plane, you're responsible to clean it. If you refuse, you must pay the $300 cleanup charge. That's what our flight school had a policy. They said, alright, you either clean it yourself, and if you refuse, then you have to pay. It was $200 to have it cleaned. And believe it or not, some people actually refuse to clean it. They just pay the $200. Yeah, it's looking good.
1776, Roger, expect that.
So we're landing runway 17. Alright, what's our altitude? 3,000. I'm going to go ahead and switch that frequency. Oh yeah, we're getting our asses handed to us now. Chevy. Oh, I didn't check my oil before I took off, Chevy. I was at 1.6 something quarts, and it was supposed to be minimum 2.6. So as I was crossing over, Burbank, the engine just died. So I successfully made a dead stick landing. It was about, well, if you watch the VOD, I'm going to put it up on YouTube also, but if you watch the VOD, you'll see it as I'm crossing Just as I'm crossing over Burbank and talking about the lovely scenery and the airport and how much I love flying in and out of Burbank, and all of a sudden I was forced to land there. So. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait. Chevy, wait, what happened? Why did only one airplane make it? Do tell. Thermal traffic, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo is entering the left downwind, runway 17. Oh, no. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So there's a lot of entertaining streaming going on there. Alright, we'll keep it around 100 on this downwind. Damn. Alright, so we're beam the numbers. Touchdown point. Gears down. We're in our descent. Holding about just around best glide speed. Gotta retrim this thing. On the base, we're going to put in one notch flap, slow to about 90. Ah, getting jarred. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, we got to turn now. Thermal traffic, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, turning left base, runway 17. We're a little too low. Let's just go to final. And reroute traffic. Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, turning left. Final, runway 17. Overshooting, overshooting. Looks like we have some oncoming drone traffic. I wonder if they're going to land here. Yeah, I'd say there's a crosswind going on here. Look at that windsock. I think the winds are actually favoring... they're kind of favoring this. Yeah, they're favoring this runway. They're actually favoring runway 12 better. Looks pretty variable to me. Alright, let's let this smoothen out a little bit. Definitely got a crosswind going on here. Oh. Good thing this is a long runway. Well, the center line didn't really work out, but the landing rate was okay. I would have rather had the center line, to be honest with you. Yeah, I know. I was like caught up in the overshoot moment. It's like left final as opposed to a right final. Dude, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself, right? Alright, cool. Alright. Oh. Let's see. We never really ran the approach or descent checklist, but I think we kind of did things pretty much the way they were supposed to. Close, maybe. Alright, we're going with that. After landing... Hey, look at that. We didn't run any of the checklists. I'm such a schmuck. Alright, let's put taxi light on at least. And we'll leave the beacon and the nav on for now. Alright, we'll pretend that that was where we're supposed to be. Cow flaps open. There we go. Flaps are up. Trim is set to 0. And we're good. We can go ahead and taxi back now. Got our below sea level altimeter reading right there. Check out that dead tree to the left. Oops. Whoa. Guess a nice wind gust hit the stall warning in this right position. Is this where I want to turn? No. Could have gone either one. Let's just go down here. The 3D signs. Yeah. I buzzed the tree and just sort of trimmed it with my prop. Eh. Alright, let's check out what's going on down here. This is Landmark Aviation. Look at the work on this. It's got even the signs are 3D. He did a comparison too, and like on my older iMac, I mean there was no frame rate hit whatsoever. He put like the 3D signs on here, which is pretty cool. Oops. Oops, wrong way. Wait, I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, the lettering is all like 3D. You know what you can do with 3D lettering? We got to get Flight Satec to make a plugin for pigeons, because pigeons love to hang out behind signs and then shit all over the thing, which is disgusting, but that would be realistic. That's just my sick sense of humor. This is GPB 500 Chevy. He makes several airports in the area. So check him out on the org. GPB 500, all one word. His name's Greg. And they're free downloads, free use. But I know if you give like a donation of $30, he then hooks you up with an amazing version of John Wayne. That's like really good. And he gives you like all the updates, so like he you know, as he makes them, so he's constantly updating this stuff and adding like newer and better textures to them. So everything that you can download now is really good. He's got a new Santa Barbara coming out that is just really cool. Yes, yeah, so good stuff. And then the PSP, the Palm Springs that he has out now, is actually updated compared to the one on the org. But you know, the one on the org is great as well. But yeah, it's he does really good stuff. And all these buildings are like the best he could get to spec. So none of this is Lego brick. He He will use the, what is it called? The Open Scenery X. He will use Open Scenery files if they're close enough. Otherwise, like these buildings, he made all himself. Every one of these buildings, he made himself for the most part. But if there's something on Open Scenery X that's close enough, he'll use it. But he'll make like custom light poles, custom stairwells. I mean, the guy's just a machine. He's building some really cool stuff. He's quick too. So, signature. Yeah, really awesome. Yeah, well, yeah, he hasn't released that one out yet. And I think what he's kind of doing is, instead of outright charging for all the airports, basically, if you choose to pay like a donation type of thing, it releases extra airports to you, gives you access to other airports. So, I know not everybody's into custom airports. I love the workmanship on these things, so really cool stuff. Anyway, he put in all this over here. He's explaining this is a horse farm, apparently. A horse farm, and I think they also, somebody else was saying that they grow some kind of edible stuff. I don't know if it was cranberries or something. But then he followed it up with me one time and said, oh, there's a horse farm over there too. Like they do riding training and all that. So, yeah, it's worth it. What I did was I just sent him, I did the donation. I put in the note, hey, like your work, looking into getting into the upgrade program. And then what he does is he includes you in a blind CC email. And so every time he makes a new update, you get an email. And it's right off of Dropbox. And he's constantly updating it. Like every other week, there's something changing and getting updated. Improving basically. G2 XBL friendly or ortho scenery friendly. He does everything he can to make it blend in real good. And what else? There was something else I was going to say, but yeah, really cool stuff. So, a nice guy. He also is very receptive to feedback. So, we were like his San Luis Obispo. That one is what really turned me on to him. I had it, and I was flying in and out of there, and he commented on my streams, and then we were going back and forth, and I was saying, hey, I noticed this, I noticed that, and he totally like made modifications based on feedback. So he's really cool about that. I even took like some screenshots off of Google Earth, and he made these changes. Also, so it's really cool. But anyway, guys, thanks for jumping on board. Pleasure having you guys. For those of you that got to watch me land dead stick, I hope it was entertaining. For those of you that got to listen to me turn left final, I hope you enjoyed my screw up of my verbiage. And yeah, man, see you guys soon. Anybody that chose to follow today, thank you very much. Sorry I'm slacking. I don't have Twitch alerts or anything like that, but yeah, man, anytime, Whiskey. Good time. So, and thanks for the host earlier, Chevy. Good luck with the training. I hope it keeps going well. You must be psyched. All right, gentlemen. Yeah, I need VFR verbiage training. That's like really the hardest thing for some reason. I just am never consistent with that. So maybe I could download some videos somewhere that goes everyone step by step. For sure. All right, gentlemen. You guys have a great evening. Good Sunday night, Monday. Ooh, that was a weird noise. There we go. That is how. Yeah, I did all the ratings. Did pretty good on those, but do I want to send? I don't really care. It's like I don't know if you heard like weird audio followed by the crash. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more Windows, man. I still have the Mac. I'm looking at your conversation on my iMac, so I still have that. But I have upgraded to a Jetline Systems Windows machine solely for simulation purposes, and I went to a 40-inch 4K monitor. It's pretty insane. Actually, if you scroll down, you'll see the specs down there. So it's great. Yeah, I went from not being able to run HDR or Rhodes and get good frame rates with that stuff off. Now I can run that stuff. Don't turn everything cranked up. Obviously you'll kill it, but I get routinely, on average, with everything running that I couldn't run, anywhere between, let's say, 45 to 75 frames a second. And then I kind of tuned it so that on final approach into LAX with the lights on and everything, I still get 35 to 40. And I kind of just based it off of that. So that's worst case scenario. So it's awesome. I'm liking it a lot. So yeah, it was a nice upgrade from mid 2011 machine to 2016 high-end machine. Good stuff. So, all right, dudes, you guys have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Take care.